Hi, Vieira with stockmarketlive.tv. Today we are going to discuss once again one of the most important global leading companies, the number one in its sector, Stock Forecast 2016, which has been addressed for free last year in 2015 for investors worldwide in the blog of the company, I repeat, at stockmarketlive.tv. I'm referring to Salesforce, and I'm going to demonstrate to show you where to find this information and why today investors they are making millions of dollars literally without any risk whatsoever based on the information, I repeat, that I made available last year in 2015 completely for free on the blog of the company as well as on my own Twitter channel, and all this done in real time. So I'm going to refer to the website. You visit stockmarketlive.tv, and here you have the article with the title very explicit in English: Sell Salesforce stock at $78 live on Twitter. If you read the article contains two important facts. The number one, the stock tweet sold shares of Salesforce at $78 just now, and this was posted on Twitter in real time on April 29, 2015. If you have questions, you can look at it on Twitter, as well as you can contact Twitter to confirm this call. All right. Second fact, I created a video at that time demonstrating, helping investors worldwide where to find this information, and that also at that time I had the pleasure to share the chart in Salesforce live. All right, so you just have to play the video that is available on the web, on YouTube, as well as on Vimeo. And the title is very explicit once again: Sell Salesforce shares at $78 live on Twitter. Bear in mind that I've been discussing how to invest in Salesforce since IPO, and also bear in mind that I never missed one single call in Salesforce since then. Right? So if I said that long-term investors in Salesforce I recommended to sell entirely long positions at $78, precisely when in the United States in the past years you saw a very large number of articles being written with regards to Salesforce, and I'm referring to the news on CNBC, on newspapers, Reuters, and many other publications, where they said that Salesforce was a buyout candidate. Well, like I said before, and I addressed this in the case of Twitter, as well as Yelp and many other situations, there was not going to be a buyout at those prices. Instead, those articles, they served one objective and one objective only, to help investors, as it was our case, to bail out and to sell long positions in Salesforce at the very top. And not only that, since we got rid of shares of Salesforce, I downgraded Salesforce to strong sell, and we acquired one of the largest short positions in Salesforce since IPO. Therefore, in the past few years, since, as I had the pleasure to announce, in my opinion, Salesforce had a very limited upside, and as I written on the blog of the company, I'm going to show you, the stock market was going to crash. So no reason whatsoever to remain an investor in Salesforce under those circumstances. Where do you find this information? Well, I already show you with regards to Salesforce, therefore very explicit here. With regards to the stock market overall, and therefore by far more important than to invest solely in Salesforce, you have here an article with a title also very explicit in English: Why are we headed to a stock market crash? And once again, in this article that was written here in precisely August 12, 2015, I addressed that the market, they were going to collapse. I recommended a very large short position, not only then in Salesforce as well as plenty of companies in the US. And I address here two examples, precisely in ETF, the Qs, power shares, the Qs. You have here a live chart, all right? This is very important, a live chart. The Qs at that time, they were trading at above 111. And you also had here a recommendation, a free one, with regards to biotech stocks. Biotech stocks, I consider them bubble. And if you play this video that is 4 minutes long, I refer to one of the most important picks that we had until today, the case of Acadia Pharmaceuticals, where I recommended to bail out and to close long positions in the stock within 48 to 52, even before the 52 price existed on the exchange. The $52 price became the very top in Acadia Pharmaceuticals. So I made that call in advance, as well as I made this call for free on the blog of the company with regards to Salesforce. And this article refers to facts, all right? A very important fact in the past years, and I believe that you should read the article if you want to understand, to comprehend why the markets have been plunging since then, because these facts, they refer to facts that they are addressed, or they've been addressed with proof of them in every single case. If you have difficulties to find where the video is with regards to Salesforce, I surely can help you. Here you have the video, and the title is Sell Salesforce Shares at $78 live on Twitter, okay? So going forward, here you have the today chart in Salesforce. Since I recommended to sell Salesforce at $78, long-term investors, I downgrade then shares to strong sell at a price above $78, and that was $80. That was the best price that we could obtain in Salesforce at that time. But I refer again to the importance of having the publications, these magazines and newspapers in the US, all these websites, CNN, all these TV shows, programs, the Mad Money, the website for retail investors, the Motley Fool, many others, Morningstar. There are hundreds of them, as well as TV programs. They were at that time saying that Salesforce was buying opportunity for long-term investors, and none of them, they had a strong sell rating in Salesforce. So I'm going again to repeat this because this is very important. In 2009, I call it a stock market bottom, all right? 2009, I referred to Salesforce as a long-term investing opportunity, one of the best, in fact, companies in the world, in my opinion, and a long-term investing opportunity in 2009. In 2009, when I made that call, at that time, I didn't find anyone so bullish as I was at that time, several years ago, in the markets and in Salesforce. Many or most players, they had strong sell ratings in Salesforce. All of them, they were wrong about Salesforce. All right? This is very important. Secondly, today, that is, once I became bearish a longer term basis in Salesforce, all of them, they had buy ratings or strong buy ratings in Salesforce. And many, they defended that Salesforce eventually, and they raised the targets, in fact, I repeat, they raised the targets on the potential scenario that Salesforce could be acquired either by Microsoft or other company. And I said, this does not correspond to a buying opportunity, but instead, what you are going to do as a long-term investor in Salesforce, you are going to sell shares and you are going to start reversing to the short side. And this for those long-term investors in Salesforce. With regards to those that they decided to follow the stock ratings in Wall Street. Not only if they had a long position, they added to the long side. So let's going to see today what happened since then, all right? But before I show you this on the chart that you have already here, I'm going also to going back to this article, why are we added to a stock market crash? One of the reasons I said that we were added to a stock market crash, and I was 100% confident and certain about it, since I never missed a call in all these companies and in the markets in general with regards to ETFs and index. I referred to, in the blog of the company, an article to the Mark Benioff interview on CNN, all right? Mark Benioff came on CNN and he said the valuations of tech companies, they were completely understandable, they were reasonable, and I said that interview constituted, in my perspective, and I wrote an article with regards to that interview corresponded to the top in Salesforce, all right? So that is very important because that interview, you can search on CNN, on the web, Mark Benioff addressing valuations of tech companies in the US, and I said this is the kiss of death to Salesforce, and therefore from this moment going forward we only have one objective: to sell short Salesforce while the shares are strong, okay? And using precisely the interview of Mark Benioff on CNN, deceiving investors worldwide. So today we are going to, so therefore, before I show you the chart, I invite you to listen to the interview saying that the valuation of tech companies in the US, they were completely reasonable, okay? Once I refer to Salesforce as not reasonable at all, otherwise I would not ever told you to sell shares at $78, downgrading to strong sell to hold. Obviously, we had to wait several months, but since then, what has been happening here in Salesforce is rather simple. You have it here, the chart. So I'm going to, if you wish to visit this simple chart and our recommendations, you have it here. I invite you to, what you can do here is to zoom the chart, all right? By zooming, you can notice that the share price in Salesforce, and this since November 2015, once I addressed it again in another article in the blog of the company announcing a stock market top, tripling the size of short positions in the US stock market. That is an article, I repeat, in the blog of the company announcing a stock market top in the US stock market, recommending one to sell everything and going short, okay? And this is an article. The title is How to Invest in the US Tech Sector Going in 2016. And that article became available, stock forecast, in November 2015, when power shares, the Qs, they were trading at 115.70. And I have that live call, right? So 115.10. Today, the power shares, the Qs, the ETF, the tech sector, it is trading $98, all right? An important difference. What did happen to share price in Salesforce since then? Share price, as you can see today, it is worth $58 an hour. So the call that I made available for free worldwide to investors, selling long-term, long positions at $78, there was a compelling reason to do so, and not only to get rid of shares, as well as to sell short the most since IPO, since I downgraded for the first time Salesforce to strong sell to hold, all right? So this call, completely free, you have it, again I repeat, in the blog of the company, In the blog of the company, you have more than 100 or 200 free market calls, being one of them the recent case with Amazon selling shares ahead of earnings at $630. Today you have Amazon trading at $500, okay? And last year, by December 2015, I addressed, if you are a long-term investor in Amazon, we are selling here, and you have the video, live at $689, since, as the case of Salesforce, I consider that Amazon does not have much upside left. Therefore, the single best thing that you should do at this point is to reverse to the short side, and then you find an article on the blog of the company, again completely for free, downgrading Amazon to strong sell. Meanwhile, Amazon lost $200 per share, which corresponds to a lot of money in terms of market cap. We are referring to billions of dollars, and the same has been happening to Salesforce. So I do recommend you to continue following up the action in Salesforce and to follow my opinion, my guidance and free guidance in these stocks, since I never miss it. Therefore, you have it here, once again, the confirmation that I never missed one single call, and the only thing that you have to do, instead of focusing on short-term trading or scalping stocks or whatever, as the Americans, or penny stocks, as the Americans, they claim that they are making lots of money, the only thing that you had to do it was to pull the trigger once, that is to sell your position in Salesforce, as well as then pull the trigger twice, 2 times only. That was to sell short Salesforce. Today you are already a millionaire investor and pulling the trigger twice, 2 times and nothing else, all right? So continue following up the instructions, and congratulations once again to all those investors that they have been listening and following my personal opinion in the markets for the past 25 years. Thank you, and good luck going forward.